they shouldn't be pro wrestlers, but they want to do it so everybody's nice to each other. Everybody gets to live their dream. And, oh, we'll find a place for little Pismo over there, even though he's 5'1" and 110 pounds. We'll put him in the ring with guys who weigh 3 times as much as he does to be moving around at least. Even if he's not wrestling, he can be a referee, whatever. And much of the audience for these regular weekly local extravaganzas that happen across the country, I'm not just picking on OVW, even though I'm describing it currently, consists of the same people who come because they know the guys and girls they're into the thing. But for fuck's sake, I'm not even talking about the dropping kayfabe Cornette wouldn't tell people to drop kayfabe just because the guy got potatoed. No. If anybody wants to go and watch this video, which I assume is going to be circulating because we found it, it was on TikTok or the guy's Facebook, and the guy on Facebook said, I'm not taking this shit down because fuck these guys, this is bullshit, and by the way, it's already on TikTok.
And apparently they're trying to get it taken down, obviously.
Well, one would think because it's going to be evidence in the fucking court case. But the point where I was going with that was, if everybody wants to get together and all be friends and group, but okay, you can't let people that are not physically equipped to do certain things. In this case, what caused this, it wasn't like I'm pretty sure this guy has no prior history of epilepsy, because I can tell you this is the biggest concussion seizure that I've ever seen on camera in my fucking life. I've never seen anything like this in person. It was scared the shit out of me. But when this big, whoever the fuck guy number one was, is going to dive off the top rope with a crossbody or a phenomenal forearm or whatever he's trying to do, and the other guy moves out of the way, he's supposed to wipe out the referee. And this was as bad of a wipeout as I've ever seen. This 6 foot whatever, 200 whatever pound fucking guy just blistered this fucking referee in the middle where he went down, and if this had been on the WWF, I'd say it would have been a fight in the locker room, except that this referee would have not been allowed to take this kind of thing because the size of him was ridiculous. That if this guy, if he was supposed to just hit him on the way by, then that may be one thing. But if this guy cross-bodied this fucking little referee, and not only would have, I'm sure, broken some ribs if it hadn't been for the fact that his head hit so violently on the back of the mat that it knocked him completely fucking unconscious, and he's laying there motionless. And then the guy that landed on him crouches over him, and you can tell he's saying like, oh shit, sorry. What's the guy's name? The referee?
Dallas Edwards.
Sorry, Dallas, you okay? Well, he's obviously not getting an answer because the guy is fucking unconscious, and he's still there asking until the other guy that he's wrestling comes and picks this guy up and says, okay, here we go, and then he leaves him. And then, I mean, it's blatantly obvious this guy's not moved. Okay, they might be thinking, well, we knocked out Dallas. Then he starts turning over sideways, and his leg stiffens up and starts shaking in the air. And his arm, and I mean, I can go back to the video that have been watching several times over the. Let's see what the timing is on this, Brian. Hold on here a second, because it's got the little time counter at the bottom. So the crossbody happens at 2 fucking seconds. And he's saying, you okay? You okay? And then the other guy gets him, and he picks the guy up. They do a drop behind spot and a spin kick, and now the other guy lands right next to the referee. And gets tangled up in his leg. It is like, get out of the way. Now the guy's leg is up in the air shaking, and he's just seizing. And the big fat guy in the red comes in and body slams the other guy that just fucking killed the referee. And they're now the guy's arms and legs are flailing. And they're all just fucking wandering around. The other guy on the apron is looking at him. The announcers are still calling it. Now the guy in red holds the guy. So the bald guy pulls the referee out of the way and kicks him back-footed so that he can get out of the way of the back fist spot. While the guy's arms are stuck up in the air like roadkill, shaking. That was at 56 seconds. And then people start, but the camera won't shoot this part because somebody in the in master control has said, "Oh, don't shoot this. He's dying or whatever." But you can see people going toward the guy to start to help him, and then the clip shuts off. This is the most ridiculous thing I've ever seen. And the announcers were calling. The announcers picked up on, oh boy, Dallas seems hurt, etc. Number one, they got 100 people in this fucking audience. And nobody would be talking about this television show that they just produced at all, except for the fact that they may have killed somebody on it. And there was no reason why, when the guy went down, the other guy was checking on him and couldn't get anything. When they continued, let's see, what could have happened? One of the other two stupid motherfuckers could have got in there and said, look, he's not moving. Somebody from the back could have cued somebody to go. The cameraman is wired. The floor camera guy, he's standing right there. Put your camera down, tell him to fucking stop. The announcers, I assume, are wired. They used to be. Somebody from the back could have given them authority. Stop it. And if I had been the announcer, as I was on this program in a previous era, I would have seen within 10 seconds. Stop it. But they're watching, and none of there's nobody's even stood up in the crowd. They have killed this audience with subpar amateur bullshit to the point where nobody even cares whether the guy's dying or not. Or like, what? Is this part of the show? Nobody in the building noticed for 54 seconds or whatever that they killed this fucking guy. Hopefully not, but they tried their best. Not only did the guy land on him and give him the concussion and or whatever spinal neuro problems that has manifested itself here, then they kept on working when he's laying there immobile, and then when he starts moving like a possum that's just been run over in the middle of a fucking street, this one idiot drags him out of the way and kicks him sideways while his hands are contorted in the air, like, and he's shaking. Get out of the way, I gotta do my fucking finish. They don't need Stephen P. New. A small town bird lawyer can take this video right there. If anybody in this whole fucking mess is insured, and own the insurance company.
You know, that's one of the things too. We're not talking about this happening at some random independent show or for an independent promotion or, you know, for a wrestling school. We're talking about OVW, which made a big deal out of being accredited as a training facility.
Well, no, hold on. They were accredited by the state as a trade school. So that'd be, well, they're getting experience with camera positions or with television production or with whatever the fuck too, as well as all these things. You can't accredit somebody to teach this fucking 5'3", 120-pound guy. Well, now that I say the guy that landed on him, he ain't that big either. Now that I see him next to two grown adults, because the guy that fucking drugged the dying referee out of the way to do his spot is twice the size of both of them. What the fuck? There's nothing about being state accredited that prepares you for this instance. I've never seen anything this bad from anybody getting hurt in the ring. I've seen a few of those boxing videos or the fucking, the thing where they run head first into each other in Slovakia or whatever goes on. But no, I've never seen anybody in a ring act like that in my life. But the point is, for almost a minute, nobody could figure out the partner that's kneeling on the apron of the ring over there, fucking looking in, like, well, should I mention this? What the fuck is he doing? Wherever this happens in Romania, or Pittsburgh, or OVW, or wherever. These are the stupidest people I've ever seen. And when you get in over your fucking head, people have laughed at me when I said we used to have the training camps, we would take applications because we wouldn't let people that were not physically equipped to do certain things in the ring to do certain things. Brian Hildenbrand makes this poor kid look like Lex Luger, and I'm not trying to say he should never have an opportunity to live his dream. Don't do spots with a goddamn... We never heard a referee in 6 fucking years. If it was a referee bump, it was a shoulder tackle, or he kicked off out of the fucking roll-up, or, oh my gosh, not... I'll dive off the top rope and squash you.
Yeah, what was the plan?
I don't know what
he did
the
a
plan
shoot
was.
crossbody to someone who clearly couldn't catch him.
And it starts so quickly with the setup and the little fucking TikTok graphics on the screen, but the big guy that later on kicked the hurt referee out of the way pulled the referee into the move that the guy was doing off the top rope, so it was planned part of the festivities. Heel pulling the referee in the way of this fucking thing. But what he was going to hit him with, he looks like he's doing a phenomenal forearm, but he ended up giving him a shoot crossbody where he landed with all of his weight on this fucking guy in the most devastating way possible.
And his head just smacks right against the ground. Jim, I just found extended footage. I'm curious how they covered this. Apparently this was a Creator Sports Network simulcast.
Good Lord.
So whoever that was, this went out live to whatever the OVW audience is. So here's from the side.
Oh, yeah, that's the thing. When all these fucking investors got into it, then things got a lot more glorious. Creator Sports live stream of something that 100 people of their immediate friends and family came to watch, and they pretty much have given ample evidence to the legal authorities should this young man's family want to get pissy about it, to do it in front of what, 316 people around the world on the internet. I'm sorry, go ahead. I get pissed off.
And I can't blame you.
Go ahead.
This was your company, this was your building, and this is...
Don't blame me.
This is what's happening there now.
You know what? I wish Danny Davis had got. Danny Davis would have been in there within 16 seconds and fucking cussing at everybody. Call an ambulance.
Well, the video appears after this is all happening. They keep the cameras on, so the wrestler that kind of kicked the referee over, he's sitting on the bottom turnbuckle in the corner. It's the only corner they're showing, and you see various people kind of with their heads close to the mat. Obviously, they're upset by what they're seeing, but we're not seeing it. But let's go to the audio and just hear how it was covered.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, We have a medical situation obviously taking place in the ring right now. Obviously, things kind of happen. So for the safety of our performers, we're gonna stop down here. And I tell you what, we'll see you Sunday, March Mayhem. We're gonna go ahead and go off the air at this point. Thank you for tuning in. We'll see you Sunday. Thanks for tuning in tonight.
And that's how they went off the air.
Well, and again, in all seriousness, we hope this young man's all right. He did nothing wrong. He may have been the only person involved in this that did nothing wrong. But it's become a fantasy camp environment, not only in OVW, but in all of these, they all want to mimic and copy the big promotions in terms of what they do and how they try to present everything. But in doing so, they come off as ridiculous, low-rent copies, and they're still trying to do all the dangerous shit that even the fucking professionals get hurt doing. And the announcer there, I don't know who the announcer was. He sounded like he was 17 years old. It's just, if you want to teach the basics and the storytelling and play wrestling, and everybody gets a chance to run the camera and be part of the crew and rah-rah.
Thank you for watching.